All right, everybody, I'm going to get you started on some of these word problems. Some of these are written really in difficult language, and I just want to start off and help you out with some of these. So we're going to start with problem 116. 116 says that Helen has 1/5 of her portfolio in U.S. stocks, 1/8 of her portfolio in European stocks, and 1/10 of her portfolio in Japanese stocks. And they give you a graph that looks like this. And they have 1/10 in Japanese stocks, 1/8 in European stocks, 1/5 in US stocks, and then the rest are in municipal bonds. So we'll just put municipal bonds there. What fraction of her portfolio is invested in municipal bonds? Well, the most important thing you understand here is that this is one whole. So from that one whole, we're going to have to subtract this part. So I have 1/10 plus 1/8 plus 1/5. And if I prime factorize all of those numbers, 10 is 2 times 5. 8 is 4 times 2, and 2 times 2. And 1/5, so 5, is just 5. So we're going to list out all those unique prime numbers. And I'm going to say that I have 2s and 5s. And let's see where they show up the most. 2s show up the most here 3 times. And 5 just shows up once each time. So that's just going to be 1. So 2 to the third is 8 times 5 is 40. So we're going to have 40 as our least common denominator. Multiply that by 4 and that by 4. I'm going to let you work through the rest of these to find your total common denominator. And all we need to know at that point is how to, let's look at this. So I'm going to work this one through. 4, 5, 5. That's going to be 8 and 8. And if I add this all together, I'm going to get that my total is going to be 15, 18, 17. 17 40ths. That gives me this amount. And what's left is what's in the municipal bonds, which is going to be 23 40ths. And to turn that into a decimal and then into a percent, we're going to remember that 40 is on the bottom, the dregs of society, trying to break its way into your house, into 23. I'm going to let you know that you will need to have 2 extra decimal points here. And then remember, when you get your solution set, you're then going to multiply that by 100, moving your decimal place 2 points to the right to get your percent. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask me. Now we're going to look a little bit at problem 117. Now for part A, look at the graph, look at the table below, and you just need to follow it along. Find the place where it says 12 by 9, and then right here, it automatically gives you the solution set. So that's going to be your volume in yards cubed. Part B is a little more difficult. They're asking you to actually use those dimensions to find the volume. So let's look at that. We're going to have 12 and 1/2 times, remember, length times width times height is going to give you your volume. And that's going to give you 12 and 1/2 times 8 and 3/4 times 4. Remember to turn each of those into an improper fraction. You can reduce any numerator with any denominator. And then you're just going to make sure you label that in yards cubed. Now for this one, it may make more sense to put it into a mixed number because you're not going to order a big mixed fraction in yards cubed. The mixed number may make a little more sense here. So give that one a try. Lastly, we're going to look at this fraction puzzle on page 121. Now this one says, a wheat farmer in Manitoba left his L-shaped farm, shown in the diagram, to his 4 daughters. Divide the property in 4 pieces so each piece is exactly the same size and the same shape. I'm just going to give you a real minor hint because I really do want you to do some thinking on this one. So let's go ahead and draw this one out. Please don't tell Mr. Leba that I was drawing. Now the hint to this one is that you're going to want to find an LCD, or a least common denominator. And if you look, I have all these shapes, but if this is 2 kilometers and this is 1 kilometer, then this is going to be 1 and this is going to be 1. Whoops, sorry about that. Okay, now each of these is 3, and we need to divide this entire thing into 4 equal parts. So what if we just divided each of the squares into 4? Now, the big trial here is that each of the pieces that he gives out has to be the same size and the same shape. So I want you to try cutting this in some different ways, because now you have 12. And we have to divide that between all 4 of the girls. And I really want to see if you can find that shape. So I wish you all very good luck, and I hope that this helped.